Welcome back to the weekly Brooklyn Market Update brought to you by Engel and Völkers, Brownstone, Brooklyn. My name is Katriona, and of course I'm joined by Donald Brennan. How are you, Donald?
Pretty good, Katriona. How are you doing today?
Great, thank you. So this week we're going to switch things up a little and use our new to market and in contract data to talk about the new development condo market, specifically in downtown Brooklyn. And why, may you ask, are we doing that? Well, there's been a lot of activity physically on site. I'm sure everyone has seen all the buildings going up, and even with the COVID lockdown, the work is continuing at quite the pace. And of course, a lot of the activity that we've seen in our weekly data has been in the condo market. So we know that there are people out there who want to hear more. So let's start by talking about the actual buildings. So Donald, how many buildings are actually under construction in downtown Brooklyn now? And when you look also at the resale condo buildings that were already there, how many options do people actually have?
Yeah, you can see cranes everywhere, right? You can see them from a distance. You see these tall buildings that never existed before. And to me, I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's just fantastic to have a real solid core for any downtown of any city. And obviously Brooklyn as a place with close to 3 million people is a sizable piece of geography itself as far as what happens here in the United States. And it is just amazing to see all this new product going up. And what really triggered this was about 16 years ago, the city rezoned the Flatbush corridor and other parts of the downtown area to allow buildings of this scale to go up. So it's taken a while to get them all out there, get some traction in all the projects, little starts and fits with the global financial crisis, but really pushing forward here. So right now, prior to the half a dozen or so projects that are nearing completion, some are closing deals with temporary C of Os, we have about 1,750 condo units in our downtown submarket. These half a dozen or so buildings are going to be adding about 1,250 more units to the submarket. So not quite doubling it, but a very healthy increase. Another dozen or so buildings in the pipeline, some under construction, could add easily another 1,000 or more units to the submarket.
So let's talk about the active new to market condos that came on last week and how that might have differed between those condos available at above 2.25 million and those available at below 2.25 million.
Yeah. So looking at the sponsor units here, we're looking at in kind of all the neighborhoods that we cover here when we pulled this data together. So that's how I'm going to speak to that right now. Above the 2.25, only two deals, two sponsor units above that threshold, new to market last week. But below, 21 new sponsor offerings below the 2.25. So significant difference, obviously.
And if we look at the actual in-contract activity, where is that clustering now in these different price point cohorts?
Yeah, so above the 2.25, again, only one deal actually went into contract last week, and that was between the 2.25 and 3 million. Under the 2.25 number, 18 deals going into contract, and they're kind of spread out, but the two categories, price ranges, the most activity. One had 4 deals closed, and that was the 1.2 to 1.4 price range, and another price range had 5 new sponsor units in contract, and that was in the $600,000 to $800,000 price range.
So finally, do you have any tips for those people looking to buy into the new development condo market, whether that be in downtown Brooklyn or any other part of Brooklyn for that matter?
Sure. So lots of great choices out there, right? A multitude of choices, different size buildings, different scale. Some projects are down in the 20 unit count. Some have 450 condo units available. Some are very large, and they have other uses in those projects of retail on the ground floor, maybe some office space possibly, and also rental apartments in those very large projects. So you want to pick something that shows some traction in the market, right? If you have a need to actually move and live in something sooner rather than later, you want to see evidence that they are either have a TC of O in hand and can do closings, or are very close. And also look at the particular unit that you're interested in, that configuration. How is that doing performance-wise versus other options of different, either smaller or larger units in that building? Again, the amenity packages are a little bit different from project to project. More of them today at the mid-size scale have nice outdoor options. So, if that's something that's on your checklist, you just want to be conscious of what that is, when is that being delivered, and be very scrutinous about what works for you. With so much product available, you do have on the buy side a little bit of leverage, maybe not on the price so much, but definitely on closing costs, other carrying costs that the developers seem to be willing to work with buyers today to get deals in contract. So again, lots to choose from, and we can certainly help you with that.
I also remember, Donald, you saying that people have to be very cautious about the view, because the view may be there today, but may not be there tomorrow.
Yeah, view obviously is a big component of value in our marketplace. When you have that, it could be 15% premium on the unit's value possibly, and so it's hard to tell. City's constantly changing. Brooklyn's constantly changing. But if you see something obviously that's underway, not too far from where you're buying into, and you have a beautiful view already, got to be conscious of that, aware of that, and just be prudent with that decision making about, does the price that you're paying today for that unit that includes a view going to be the same price that if that view happens to go away? So certainly want to be careful there.
Okay, so that's it from us this week. Check back in next week, of course, for more accurate, informed observations on the Brooklyn property market. Donald, do you want to take us out with a few final comments?
And just to kind of reiterate here, we're here to help you figure all this out, right? Many choices, many different projects, different locations. We're out there all the time. I'm out there, Katriona's out there. The rest of our team are out in these projects in both the new product and the resales market, have great local knowledge, obviously, and more than happy to go out there, kick a few tires with these things, talk to you about what makes sense, what we know, listen to you, try to figure out how to meet your goals, and we're available. So again, don't hesitate to reach out, and we can do this, at a very personal level for you.
Great. See you next week.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye.